Hello, my name is Michael Pickett, and you too can learn how to paint in acrylic. Welcome to my show.
Hello, we're here at my studio, and we're finishing up the drawing of the Sanderling. Putting some fine details into it. Now we'll take our burnt sienna and a lot of water, and we'll cover that whole canvas. And by covering the canvas, you're washing away any of the pencil residue, or it'll discolor the paint. And now we'll take our sock and we'll wipe away the paint, Now the pencil shows through. Okay, we'll start out with our black. And we'll add yellow to the black, and a black and yellow makes green. Now we'll add a little bit of white, and we'll mix it in with the yellow and the black, and we'll put it across the top. We'll lighten up the top, and we'll fill it in. Add a little more yellow, black and white. And we'll just mix it in. We'll fill in that whole background. We'll make sure it's all blended in. And the legs that we've drawn in, it's okay to go ahead and cover them as long as you can see through the paint to see where your legs are, because you're establishing a background behind the legs. Now you add a little bit of blue in with your black. Blend it into the dark folds of the wave. And then add more blue. And then we'll just fill it in and blend. Add some black on the bottom. Add some white. Create a white highlights. White and blue mixed together, but mostly white. We'll just kind of fill it in. Go back and forth with your white, leaving kind of white dots. It's just a basic mixture, white dots and lines and blending. There we go. We add a little bit more lighter white for reflected light onto the water. We keep blending, looking at our photograph to see where the lights are and where the darks are, and we just blend it in. fill in towards the bottom. Add some black in with our white with a touch of blue, but mostly white, creating a really nice gray color. Now you have to remember your blue is your cool color and your yellow is your warm color. Notice that the top of the wave is warm, towards the bottom is cool. Now, with our zero brush, we'll do some detail. We'll take some black and we'll fill in the Sanderling eye. And now we'll fill in around the eye and around the face. And we'll add our dot to the eye. There we go. Now we'll work on the body. We'll just do short lines up and down, kind of detail the feathers. Then we'll work around the head. Kind of fluff them up there a little bit. We'll take a look at our photograph, and to see where the white will blend in with the dark, okay, about halfway through. Now we'll add our blue and white together, and then we'll just mix it up under the body. Now we'll add a little bit of black, and we'll blend in with the blue and white. Now just mix it in, creating a shadow. A little bit of light to reflect more light. And we'll do more blending. We'll blend that in, and it gives it more of a round look. And we'll add some white on the bottom, and that's reflected light from the water that he's standing on. Now we'll work on his beak. We'll outline it with our black paint. Then we'll take our light and we'll do the reflected light, white with our black, create gray. Lighten up his beak a little bit more to bring it out. Now we're going to work on his wings and his back tail. We'll start out with his back tail first. We're going to outline the fine detail in the patterns of his wings. Now we're working on the pattern. We're getting all that fine detail in there. Now once we have the outline of the patterns, now we'll use our white and our blue together. And we'll create the shadow around the head. Our white, black. We'll create a gray color to put the shadow behind his head. We're going to fill in the detail around his wings. All the area that we hadn't painted in, around the black outlines, around his wings, we're going to add blue and white together. It will create kind of a wash. We're going to fill it in and detail it and add some light to the top. To highlight it some more, to do some more detail. Add a little bit more light to do some highlights and reflected light. Work a little bit more on his tail. We'll outline and detail some of the patterns in his wings. Just a touch of white will bring out his tail. There we go. Now we'll work on his feet. Notice that we had covered his feet earlier. Well, now you see just a shadow of where his feet was. So we'll take our black and our burnt sienna, mix that together, and we will fill in his legs. And his feet are covered with just a little bit of water, so you just want a hint of what his feet will look like. Then we'll add our white and our brown together, and we'll create the reflected light along his legs. And now we'll add some black, and we'll fill it in and create some more detail. Well, now we're going to take our fan brush and a lot of white on our fan brush with a touch of blue, but mostly white. Lightly dab it up and down. We see we're going to cover the legs again, but as you can see, the legs are still standing out quite a bit. After we fill that all in on the bottom with your fan brush and add more texture to the water, then we'll detail the legs. Now we'll detail the legs over the top of what we did with our fan brush. We'll add our black and burnt sienna. And then we'll add our white for some highlights. Isn't that a nice effect that we did with the legs and the background of the water? We'll add a reflected light by placing a whole bunch of dots in different order and at random of where the light is reflecting. There we go. Now your painting is finished. All we have to do is sign it. Now we'll paint the edges black. That will give your painting a finished look. You can hang it up on the wall without a frame. Okay, there he is, Mr. Sanderling. Hello, we're back. That was a fun show. I'm glad you could join me. You have a great day, and happy painting. I'll see you next time. Bye.